Hey, how's it going? After my 9mm suppressor finally got approved after 241 days, so much for those 90-day approvals, am I right? I've been out many times shooting it on a couple different guns, but I want to focus on the experience shooting it on my 9mm straight Blowback AR9. This is the AR9 that I have the gentle recoil system in from blowback9.com. I have a whole separate video on that if you're interested. It's also been almost 100% reliable, suppressed and unsuppressed. I have a video on that as well. So, how does the setup perform suppressed? Probably the most noticeable part of shooting a suppressed blowback gun is gas to the face. In this case, it's manageable, but still not great. The high mass of the gentle recoil system slows down the bolt, so you get slightly less gas to the face compared to a normal buffer setup, but not by much. Despite using the CMMG gas deflector, most of the gas to the face comes from the ejection port of this weapon. The other place gas is escaping from is the back of the receiver, where the charging handle rides. This is common for ARs, but there are remedies. There are loads of gas-busting charging handles on the market, but from what I've seen, it seems like they sacrifice being a good charging handle for being a good gas buster. I have a Radian Raptor in here, just a normal one, not the dedicated suppressor model that has ports in the stem that is supposed to help with gas to the face in a traditional, kinda direct impingement but not really, operated AR. Those holes in the stem aren't going to do a damn thing on a blowback gun. Even then, some say the Radian Raptor ST is no better with gas than a normal Raptor, and they're like $125 per charging handle, so I haven't tested one. That being said, the normal Raptor makes a decent attempt at reducing gas to the face, but there's still a noticeable amount escaping. A side charging upper would eliminate the gas coming from the charging handle area entirely, but the vast majority of side charging AR uppers that are in 9mm have self-contained actions, meaning I can't use the gentle recoil system with them. I'm not willing to give it up though. I'll take a bit more gas to the face for far smoother recoil. Back to the CMMG gas deflector. It's based off the gas deflector on the original Colt SMG, which you've heard me say quite a few times in each video. It makes a noticeable difference in the amount of gas hitting your face from the ejection port, but it can only do so much. After a string of fire without moving or a strong gust of wind, you're going to notice the gas around you. A potential solution to this is buying a flow-through suppressor like the Hux/OSS Cash 9K, which is a super cringy name for a pretty cool suppressor. I'm still happy with my choice to go with the rugged though, mostly because that warranty is impossible to beat. But in the end, gas to the face is kinda just an eventuality with the blowback gun suppressed. Even if you deflect all of it away from your face, it will build up in a cloud near you. So, you just kinda gotta learn to live with it. Even a flow-through suppressor with how blowbacks work, you're still gonna get quite a bit of gas to the face. Now onto sound suppression and a tricky little thing known as port pop. Particularly on straight blowback gun suppressed, you get a significant amount of gas escaping from the ejection port of the weapon. You get port pop in DI ARs and piston pop on piston guns like an AK or an AUG, but it's the worst on a blowback gun. No matter how much gas your suppressor traps on the muzzle end, back by the ejection port, the gas being used to cycle the action is going to escape and create a lot of noise. Because of this, even with my suppressor in the long configuration using subsonic ammunition, I still get ringing in my right ear, but my left ear is fine. You can slightly improve this in a blowback by adding more reciprocating mass or by using a flow-through can as mentioned before, but port pop is just an unfortunate reality of running a blowback gun suppressed. That being said, this gun is still really quiet with subs for my standards. I can shoot subsonics outside and 20 feet away inside a house, you can barely hear it. Definitely recommended for nighttime shooting where you're concerned about bothering your neighbors. To compare the same ammo out of a similar barrel length, same suppressor but with a delayed and closed action, I used the PSA dagger. By using your thumb to block the reciprocation of the slide, you get a stupid quiet shot even with supers.
Slide lock. Yeah, it's definitely loud, but not unbearable by any means.
Some of these Cellier and below 124 grain supers might not actually be breaking the sound barrier, but with a closed action and a short barrel, this gets really quiet. So, what now? Is this as good as the suppressed blowback 9mm can get? Without adding a mechanical delay to the system, I'm afraid it looks like it for the time being. Doug from Blowback 9 is still spending a lot of time and money testing products to improve the platform, but for the time being, yes. This seems like it's as good as it's going to get, and honestly, that's fine. Even though it's not whisper quiet, and you still get gas to the face with a suppressed blowback 9mm, it's handily my favorite gun to shoot currently. I've been thinking about where to go from here though, while keeping this gun in its current configuration. I might pick up a PTR or MKE made Century imported MP5K clone. The MP5 is just a cool weapons platform despite its ergonomic issues, and it would be interesting to see how a roller delay blowback system compares to straight blowback. Another interesting product is the Maxim Defense Roller Delay Blowback Buffer. But after seeing some reviews, it seems to have some issues, particularly with the force needed to charge the weapon. And it's not reducing recoil by all that much. If I end up trying one, I'll report back. Might also do a CMMG Banshee Radial Delay Blowback build. I've heard that the Radial Delay Blowback bolt and barrel used with a hydraulic buffer is arguably the lightest recoiling 9mm out there. Could also go with the CMMG Descent Upper, which is a self-contained side charging upper with the recently released 9mm version. Only issue is with most cool gun products is holy shit that fucking price. It also can't use a hydraulic buffer due to the upper being a self-contained action. Still, either way, that's a lot of money for a range toy, which is what 9mm PCCs are to me. They're super fun and cheap to shoot, but I'd rather spend multiple thousands on something more practical. Or an MP5. If it's going to be a range toy, it makes sense to maximize fun while disregarding ergonomic issues. But honestly, it really doesn't matter that much if you get some gas to the face with a blowback. Just make sure to use lead wipes. Or less with an MP5, if you don't train. Drink water, go to the range, do some cardio, and have fun. Take care. I did a 360 there, that was dumb. If I know there are threats here, don't turn around.